Ever stood under the midday sun and suddenly found yourself enveloped in darkness? If so, you've experienced the awe-inspiring phenomenon known as a solar eclipse. This celestial event occurs when the moon, on its orbit around the Earth, aligns perfectly between the sun and our planet, casting a shadow that plunges certain areas into a brief, eerie midday twilight. Solar eclipses come in three flavors: partial, annular, and total. In a partial eclipse, the moon only obscures a portion of the sun, akin to someone taking a bite out of a celestial cookie. An annular eclipse, on the other hand, happens when the moon is too far from the Earth to completely cover the sun, leaving a bright fiery ring, or annulus, visible in the sky. But the real showstopper is a total solar eclipse. This is when the moon completely obscures the sun, revealing the ethereal solar corona and turning day into night. And while these events are a spectacle to behold, they've also held immense significance throughout history. Ancient civilizations often interpreted eclipses as omens or messages from the gods. The Chinese, for instance, believed a celestial dragon was devouring the sun, while the ancient Greeks thought it heralded the downfall of kings. In more recent times, solar eclipses have provided invaluable opportunities for scientific study. For example, the total solar eclipse of 1919 played a crucial role in validating Einstein's theory of general relativity. Perhaps it's this blend of awe-inspiring spectacle, historical significance, and scientific value that makes solar eclipses so fascinating. Or maybe it's just the simple, childlike joy of witnessing a cosmic game of hide-and-seek. Isn't it fascinating how these celestial events have the power to inspire and mystify us? Now let's delve into the upcoming solar eclipses that you might get a chance to witness. Did you know that you can actually predict when and where a solar eclipse will occur? Let's take a look at the upcoming lineup. Let's start our time travel to the future with the year 2028. On the 22nd of July, the sun, moon, and Earth will align perfectly, creating a total solar eclipse visible from Australia and New Zealand. This celestial spectacle is sure to create some breathtaking views down under. Fast forward a couple of years to November 25th, 2030. The shadow of the moon will once again darken our day, this time in the southern parts of Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa to be exact. But that's not all. The eclipse will also be visible from the land of kangaroos and koalas, Australia. As we move into 2034 on the 20th of March, the path of totality will stretch across a massive landmass. From the western coasts of Nigeria to the eastern edges of China, passing through Cameroon, Chad, Sudan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. An astronomical event bridging continents and cultures. Now, let's jump to September 2nd, 2035. The moon's shadow will grace the lands of China, North and South Korea, and Japan. The sight of the sun being obscured by the moon will undoubtedly be a sight to behold across these East Asian nations. 2 years later, on July 13, 2037, yet another total solar eclipse will take place, again visible from Australia and New Zealand. And if that wasn't enough, the very next year on December 26, 2038, these two countries will get to experience yet another solar eclipse. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Moving on to the year 2041, on April 30th, the path of totality will pass through several African nations. The moon's shadow will sweep across Angola, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, Kenya, and Somalia. Residents and visitors alike in these countries will be in for a treat as day turns into night for a few magical minutes. The following year, on April 20th, 2042, Southeast Asia will get its turn to witness this celestial dance. The eclipse will be visible from Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei, and the Philippines. Imagine the sun being replaced by a dark disk surrounded by a halo of light in the sky. And finally, on April 9, 2043, the total solar eclipse will be visible from the vast expanse of Russia. From the cosmopolitan cities to the remote Siberian wilderness, the eclipse will provide an unmatched spectacle across the country. As you can see, the next 2 decades are packed with opportunities to witness one of nature's most awe-inspiring sights. Each eclipse unique in its own way, each path of totality carving a different route across our planet. These are not just astronomical events, but moments that unite us all in our shared curiosity and wonder for the cosmos. So, whether you're in Australia or Africa, Asia or America, keep an eye on the sky and mark your calendars, because these are celestial events you won't want to miss. For those of you in the United States, pay close attention. You're in for a real treat in 2044 and 2045. Solar eclipses are a marvel to behold, each one a unique spectacle. And the years 2044 and 2045 are no exception. These 2 years will bring 2 incredible total solar eclipses to the United States, offering a celestial show that's sure to captivate and inspire. Let's start with the solar eclipse of August 22, 2044. This eclipse will be a remarkable event, with the path of totality, that's the narrow strip where the moon fully obscures the sun, sweeping across the central United States. From the shores of Oregon, crossing the heartland of Nebraska, all the way to the eastern coast of South Carolina, millions will have the chance to witness this grand spectacle. The best time to view this? Mid-afternoon, when the sun is high in the sky. And as if one wasn't enough, 2045 brings another total solar eclipse. On August 12th, the path of totality will again stretch across the United States, but this time with a different trajectory. Starting from Northern California, it will sweep across the heart of the country, crossing states like Nevada, Colorado, and Missouri, before reaching the East Coast, ending its journey in Florida. This time, the best viewing will be in the late morning to early afternoon. Both these eclipses will offer an unparalleled opportunity to witness the sun's corona. That's the sun's outer atmosphere, which becomes visible as the moon blocks the sun's bright face. It's a sight that's both ethereal and profound, reminding us of our place in the cosmos. And the best places to view these eclipses? Well, that depends on the weather. Clear skies are key for a good view. So, places with typically sunny summer weather like California and Nevada for the 2045 eclipse might offer the best viewing conditions. But don't worry if you're not in these states, the path of totality is broad enough to offer spectacular views from many locations. And remember, safety first. Never look directly at the sun, even during an eclipse. Use certified eclipse glasses or indirect viewing methods to protect your eyes. So, mark your calendars. On August 22, 2044, and August 12, 2045, the sun, moon, and earth will align in a cosmic dance, casting a shadow that will sweep across the United States. Whether you're an astronomy enthusiast or just someone who appreciates the beauty of nature, these are events you won't want to miss. So if you're in the US during these times, make sure to step outside and witness these breathtaking spectacles. But don't worry if you're not in the US. There are plenty of solar eclipses happening all around the world. Let's take a tour around the globe, illuminating the celestial spectacle of solar eclipses. On July 22, 2028, Australia and New Zealand will be the hosts. The best viewing spots will be along the eastern coasts, where the eclipse will occur in the late afternoon, offering a breathtaking sunset spectacle. Fast forward to November 25, 2030, and we're in Africa and Australia. The eclipse will trace a path across Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, and Lesotho, before moving eastward to Australia. In Africa, the eclipse will be visible in the late morning, while in Australia, it will be an early evening event. Next, on March 20, 2034, we find ourselves in a diverse cross-section of countries from Nigeria to China. The eclipse will travel from the west coast of Africa, across the Middle East, and into Asia, making it a morning event in Africa and an afternoon occurrence in Asia. On September 2, 2035, the eclipse will paint a path across China, North and South Korea, and Japan. This will be a midday event, so make sure you have your solar viewing glasses handy to safely enjoy this celestial event. Australia and New Zealand will again be treated to back-to-back eclipses on July 13, 2037, and December 26, 2038. Both of these will be visible in the late afternoon, making for a spectacular end to the day. Next, we have a series of eclipses in Africa and Southeast Asia. On April 30, 2041, the eclipse will visit Angola, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, Kenya, and Somalia. This will be a midday event offering optimal viewing conditions. The following year, on April 20, 2042, the eclipse will grace the skies of Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei, and the Philippines. This will be a morning event, so early risers will be rewarded with a stellar show. And finally, on April 9, 2043, the eclipse will traverse the vast landscapes of Russia. This will be an afternoon event, so those in Russia will have the opportunity to enjoy a late lunch under the shadow of the moon. So, as you can see, no matter where you are on the globe, there's a good chance you'll be in the path of a solar eclipse at some point in the next 2 decades. From the bustling cities of Asia to the tranquil landscapes of Africa, from the vast expanse of Russia to the picturesque coasts of Australia and New Zealand, the universe is ready to put on a show. No matter where you are in the world, there's a good chance you'll be able to witness one of these incredible events. So, What do you need to remember about these upcoming solar eclipses? Well, for starters, the next solar eclipses across the globe are not just random astronomical events, but rather celestial spectacles that have been accurately predicted. From the United States to Australia and New Zealand, from the heart of Africa to the vast stretches of Asia, these solar eclipses will unfold as a breathtaking cosmic ballet, choreographed by the laws of celestial mechanics. Let's start with the USA. Mark your calendars for August 22, 2044, and August 12, 2045. These are the dates when the path of totality will sweep across the country, providing an opportunity for millions to witness the sun disappear behind the moon during the day. Next, we move to the rest of the world. On July 22, 2028, Australia and New Zealand will experience a total solar eclipse. This will be followed by several countries in Africa and Asia over the next few years, with the last one in this list being Russia on April 9, 2043. Now remember the path of totality. This is the pathway where the moon completely blocks the sun, casting a shadow on Earth's surface. If you're within this path, you'll experience the eclipse in its full glory. So, plan your viewing location accordingly, and if possible, travel to a place within this path. Finally, a word of caution. Never look directly at the sun without proper solar viewing glasses, even during an eclipse. Your regular sunglasses won't cut it. Protect your eyes and enjoy the spectacle safely. With this knowledge at hand, you're all set to experience the awe-inspiring wonder of a solar eclipse. Until next time, keep looking up.